vlogs are over. And now it's February 1st, 2020. And now that they're over, I want to tell you my thoughts on the ship. Now I'm going to start with well, actually, what I am going to start with, first things first, I'm going to start with the thing that I referred to since the very first vlog. The thing that happened, which I feel like maybe I built it up so much because I didn't talk about it, which I didn't talk about it on purpose. Wait, that doesn't make sense. I did not talk about it on purpose. It just happened. I just was busy and I was having fun, and I just, at the end of the day, I didn't want to talk about it. I just didn't. So I didn't. And now it's a few months later, and I've actually got DMs, people saying, will you please tell me what it was that went so wrong? Because we're getting ready to go on the ship and we really could, use your advice, or we really want to know what it was because we're scared that it was something terrible that we need to know about. Trust me, if it was something about the ship in particular, I would have said it right up front so people would know. It's not about the ship, but I'm going to tell you. And I'm sorry if anybody felt like I was holding out, or I was, I don't know, trying to build it up, because I wasn't. Trust me, when you hear it, it's nothing to be built up. I just sorry that I didn't talk about it, but I didn't feel like it. Maybe you'll understand why. I don't know. All right. So what happened? So we had been at a seminar for, 7 days prior to getting on the ship. I think I actually had been gone from home for like 8 days. And so we get to the ship, and one of my traveling companions had to go pick up others. What we did was she pulled up and we gave the porters all our stuff, and I kept, my carry-on stuff, and she left to go pick up other people at the airport. So I waited around. And about 45 minutes later, I get a phone call. Might not have been that long, but I get a phone call from her, and she says, I made a huge mistake. I'm like, what? Well, she had packed her passport in the luggage that we gave to the porter. You all know you can't. I tell people all the time, number one, before my clients leave, I'm like giving them last minute text. You didn't pack your passport, right? Your passport, put your passport in a plastic bag, Ziploc bag, put it in your purse, or, whatever you're carrying on. Do not ever let your passport touch your luggage. Ever, ever, ever. I can't stress this. I have known people who have said, oh, I'm just going to set it in this outside pocket on my luggage for just a moment so I can do this. And then they forgot, and it got sent to the porter, and it's gone. Well, that's kind of what she did. She didn't intend for it to stay in the luggage. She set it in there, and away it went. Well, so, she's panicking, and and I'm like, because she wanted to know, is the luggage still there? And I said, oh my gosh, no, they are moving that luggage. I mean, because I'm standing here watching as they're just piling the luggage into these, big carts and taking them off. And I can see where they're taking them. And I told her, it's gone a long time ago. So she said, I'm calling to talk to them and see if they can retrieve it. And I said, well, if I see somebody, yeah. So anyway, a few minutes later, maybe 15 minutes later, a crew member walks by, and she was an officer. And I stopped her. And I said, my friend left her passport in her luggage. Is there any way to get it before it gets on the ship? It's been about a half hour or whatever it was since we gave it to the porter. And she said, I just talked to her. Well, of course, I believed she was, she did talk to her, because my friend told me I'm going to talk to somebody. So the officer said, I just talked to somebody. I was just back there, which she had just come out of the area where they were taking the luggage. And she said, I was just back there looking. I have people looking. We'll find it. No worries. I'm like, perfect. So they all get back from the airport and everything. And we get into the building and, start telling people, well, her passport's on the luggage. And I'm the person that's in the room with her. So the other two people that were with us, they just went through and they got on the ship very quickly. We had to sit right at the entrance to the terminal before you go through security. And so we're sitting there and they told us, just wait, we're looking for your luggage. And come to find out, that officer I spoke to, apparently she was talking about somebody else. She wasn't talking about my friend. And I even told the officer her name. So I thought that because she said, yes, that's her. But whatever. They told us at the terminal, at the info desk, they said, no, we don't know anything about it, but we will send somebody to go look. Okay. Sit over there and wait. So we sat and we sat and we sat and we sat and we sat. So we sat there anyway. We sat there from 11:30 until 3 o'clock. About. And there was this really nice security guard who kept coming over and talking to us. And I asked him at one point, I said, at what point do because I'm waiting with her, I'm just, trying to be a good friend and stay with her so she's not sitting there alone. There's a good possibility she won't get on the ship, but I'll stay with her as long as I can before I have to get on the ship. So I asked him, at what point do I say I have to go because I need to get on the ship? I need to go through my check-in process. And he kind of snickered and he looked at her and he said, boy, she just wants to throw you under the bus, doesn't she? She just wants to get away. And I felt really bad. It's like, no. I mean, I need to know at what point does it become critical for me to get on the ship. I mean, I need to go to muster. I don't know. I've never been on MSC. What time do you do muster? What time are we leaving port? All these things I need to know at what point I should get on the ship. So they had a good laugh about my disloyalty. And things were starting to get stressful. They told us they had the bag a little after that. And we got really excited. They walked us through security and they walked us through. We had an escort and everything and got us right up to the next floor where there is a lot of check-in desks in a big square. And I mean, it's fast. You just go and the windows are always open. It's a very quick process. So you go through. And they didn't let us do that because when we got up there, they said, no, we don't have her luggage. Okay. You said you had the luggage, but okay, you don't. And they said, okay, go sit over there. So we go and we sit over in these chairs where all the people who have no luggage, have no passports or have bad birth certificate copies or whatever are sitting and crying and upset. So here we sit with about, half a dozen other people who are, sitting in the corner in trouble because they don't have proper identification. And we sit and it was after 4 o'clock. And I'm still like, the guy that was downstairs with us, he was up there and he came back and I said, okay, I'm going to ask you again in all seriousness. Because after 4, on other ships you have done or getting ready to do muster. I said, in all seriousness, I'm not kidding and I'm not being a bad friend. I need to know. I'm like, I have my passport. When do I need to get on this ship? And he said, you should be good until 6. 6 o'clock, guys. 6 o'clock. I have been sitting in this terminal since noon. And he's like, you could stay here until probably 6 before you need to get on the ship. And I'm just thinking to myself, my whole day is gone. I am so sorry that my friend put her passport in her luggage. My whole day is gone because I've been sitting here waiting and being told we found the luggage, we didn't find the luggage, we found the luggage, we didn't find the luggage. Don't use your phone. Oh my gosh, I'm going to shoot you. No. I'm just saying it was stressful. It was very stressful. And she could tell I was getting stressed. And so probably about 20 minutes later, she's kind of grudgingly, because she didn't want to be alone, and I get it. She's like, if you need to go, you can go. And I'm like, I just don't know what to do, but I have never, I count that first day as my vacation. I don't know if you guys do, but that first day is my vacation. I paid for that day. You paid for that day. To get on the ship at 6 o'clock in the evening, I just couldn't even imagine. So then, we started asking them, when is the luggage delivered to the cabins? Because it's in the outside pocket, and if somebody could just go to the cabin, if the luggage is delivered to the cabin, it'll be sitting there, and they can just take it and come bring it to us. And they wouldn't. So finally, we called our friends who were on the ship and asked them. I called them and asked them, could you please go to our cabin? This is the cabin number. Off chance that our luggage is there, if it is, call us back and we'll tell you exactly where to find the passport. Well, guess what? The luggage was sitting out in front of the door. They got the passport. They came down and brought it to us, and we got on. I don't even remember now what time we got on the ship. It must have been close to 5. We had a very late muster drill because we didn't leave until like 8 p.m. So we had a late muster, thank goodness. And that's where you guys got brought into the vlog, where I was trying to find food because I had not eaten that day. I don't remember what I had. I think I had part of a muffin or something that morning at like 9 o'clock. That was it. I had not eaten all day long. And when you add stress to not eating at my age, you don't feel good. I mean, the stress just eats up any calories you had and any energy you had. I felt horrible. So that's where you guys came in and saw me at the buffet trying to find some food. And all they had was hot dogs and hamburgers. Outside, I think they did have pizza outside at that buffet that I showed you out on the pool deck. But I didn't know that at that time. So I had a hot dog and hamburger, and honestly, food never tasted so good at that moment. It really helped me a lot. My nerves were just shot. I felt horrible. Okay, enough of that. That was the saga. It was just that she left her passport in her luggage, and it got taken on to the ship by the porters. That's it. That's what happened. And, the ensuing madness, could it have been handled better? What do you do when you've got thousands of people boarding a ship at one time? What do you do? You do the best you can. I think they did the best they could. But, I will say they just didn't seem all that concerned to really help us. But they kept saying, oh, she'll get on the ship. It's like, okay. And in the meantime, here I am. I could have got on the ship hours ago, literally hours ago. 4 hours ago, I could have been on the ship, and I'm still sitting in the terminal. Oh, well. That's what happened. It was highly stressful. Wrecked the whole first day. And then we got on the ship, and my goodness, the ship is beautiful. Look, I actually have notes. You guys know I'm bad about having notes when I'm going to do this. So, I don't know what that is. Excuse me. All right, so I don't have all that much to say, but there are a few things. So, I told you about the passport. Please don't ever put your passport in your luggage that's going to the porter. All right, so the buffet was the first thing I saw when I got on the ship. The buffet was very limited at that time. As I told you, hamburgers, hot dogs, french fries, they were good. My overall experience at the buffet was very good. It was never overly crowded. I never, not once, had trouble finding a seat. Now, there were a few times during heavy, like breakfast, once it got really busy, where I had to look around for a seat, but I always found one. And most of the time, it was very easy to find a seat. And I think you even saw that in the vlog, where I just walked right up and sat down. So that's good. And I liked the bell service. They had bell service on each table. Each table was assigned a number, like normal, and you just push the bell, and a server would come up and take your bar order. So I really liked that, and it worked. They were always there. I think there was only one time when I had to push it a couple of times because they weren't showing up. But they were busy. So, and as I said, the food was good. It really was. It was not bad. I preferred the food in the buffet than I preferred the MDR. Yeah. The main dining room, the servers don't get to know you. At least that was my experience. We didn't eat every night in the main dining room. Maybe if we had, it would have been better. But if you hear other people say that the dining room experience isn't that personal, then I agree. I agree with that. It's not. The servers aren't really interested in getting to know you. They're going to serve you. They serve you, fine. But it's not. I'm used to ships where I'm used to servers who are very friendly and really enjoy their passengers and get to know them, and that didn't happen in the main dining rooms on this ship. And the food was okay in the dining room. I didn't taste anything in the dining room that I thought was, wow, that's awesome. Let's see. Oh, the pools. The pools were very nice. Large pools, and the lounge chairs and beds that they had around the pool. And I showed you this in, I think it was not this vlog, I think it was the one before. The pool, the main pool area had these beautiful beds all that lined the edge of the pool. Really nice. And lots of loungers. One thing I will say about this ship, there is somewhere to sit everywhere. And I know I mentioned this a few times in the vlogs. There's a lot of seating, and that included around the pools. Very nice. And I'm going to save that till the end. The check-in and check-out process, from what I could tell, was very nice, very quick. They had a lot of people working, and I never once, the whole time that I sat there in those rooms, down before security, so I could watch security the whole time and the whole process, and then upstairs in the where you check in and get your card. All the times that I watched, it never got bogged down in lines. It's a very good process. They do a good job. What else? The ship was crowded, but I never felt crowded. As a matter of fact, people even commented that my videos looked like there was nobody on the ship. Now, I was filming mostly early morning or even late in the evening when I was out on deck. So, and it wasn't warm weather, so there weren't people in the pools. But even so, I mean, I never really felt, excuse me, I never really felt really crowded on this ship. Oh yeah, the crowd situation, feeling crowded was good. I'd never felt really crowded. The Circus Olay. Okay, so I've been to three now 3 Circus Olays. I've been to the one in Orlando, one in Vegas, and now this one. And the show was very good. Very good. It was not, well, I was going to say I don't think it was as jam-packed full of entertainment as, Vegas and Orlando, but the stage is a lot smaller. I'm sure they're very limited on a ship. And it was great. It was a fantastic show. Unfortunately, if you only watch my vlog here, you didn't see a lot of the show. I put a lot of the video that I took, I had to take it with my camera, and I put it on my Instagram, and then I deleted it off my phone. So I don't know if there's a way to download it from my Instagram and then put it onto my YouTube. I guess I could look at that. But if you want to go to my Instagram, it's Cruising at Christine. And just look back to November and you'll see it. There's a lot more footage. It was a pretty cool show. The dinner was not that great. I would definitely do the show again, but they have an option to just have a cocktail and the show. That's what I would do in the future. And that's honestly what I recommend, because the food was okay. They don't have a lot of selection. And again, it was just okay. And our table mates, they felt the same way. It was okay. Yeah, I wouldn't do this dinner again. Show, fantastic. Do it. Okay, the staff on the ship. I hear a lot of negativity regarding the staff. My feelings on the staff is twofold. One, I get the feeling, now Meraviglia just came from Europe, but they get a lot of new crew. And I got the distinct impression that people were still getting to know the ship, staff-wise, because I talked to several people and crew members, and they understood everything I said. They spoke. There was not a communication barrier. There wasn't a language barrier. And it was, where is that? So they were not that familiar with the ship. A lot of staff was not on this ship, on this cruise. This was not, they haven't been sailing out of Miami that long. But anyway, that was my feeling on the staff, on the crew members. That was my feeling on the crew. So you probably hear a lot of negativity surrounding MSC. And what I noticed is I heard a lot of grumbling. I heard a lot of people, and a lot of them travel agents, that said they didn't like the ship. And when I questioned them, and which I did, a few people, I sat with one lady for a while and talked to her about why she didn't like it. I found a common thread, a common pattern. And that common pattern was that they felt uncomfortable because there were so many non-English speaking guests on board. They said, that they also felt like the crew was a little more harder to understand than the ships they are used to being on. So the biggest complaint had to do with the fact that it's an Italian ship and it's a very European ship, and you feel it. You feel it when you get on. They even do announcements. When the captain does his announcement, it's in English and Italian. And I think it's in other languages as well. I didn't really pay attention, but I think there was a female that also did another language. I talked to one person who said that they feel like a lot of people are put off because of the cultural differences of the passengers. And she feels like it's a great opportunity for her to expose her children to other cultures. And she embraces it. I agree with that. As a matter of fact, that thrills me. I get excited by that. The thought of going on a ship where I can experience how other cultures do things, I really like it. My main takeaway is that I prefer to look at this as a learning experience. I embrace it. I have fun with it. Fun in learning how other people are, how other cultures are. Let me just say that I think that person is absolutely right. I think it's a great cultural experience, learning experience for your family. It can broaden your kids' friendship sphere. Can you imagine, going on a cruise and meeting kids from Italy and, Japan, Australia, and then keeping those friends for life? I mean, how awesome. That's awesome. I think it's great. So I choose to be thrilled by the differences. I choose to want to experience these things. And I'm going to go with an open mind, and I'm going to embrace the whole experience. And whether it's cultural, whether it's, luxury versus casual, whatever the case, I just want to experience it, and I'm going to do so with an open mind. I don't know if that's the difference why I enjoyed MSC, but I really enjoyed it. I had a good cruise. The cabin was very nice and very big. It was a nice cabin. I liked it. Spacious. And As somebody pointed out on one of my vlogs, the hallways are small. They are very narrow. And I guess that's all I have to say. My takeaway from the cruise is the most beautiful ship I've ever seen. And I think that you should give it a shot. And I think if you do give it a shot, an MSC ship, I think that you should go with an open mind. Open mind, embrace the differences, and just remember you are on a cruise. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. If you cannot enjoy yourself on a ship that beautiful, on an ocean that big and gorgeous, then I just don't know. All right. So that's all I have to say about MSC. I really liked it. What's up next? In 8 days, I leave on Carnival Sunshine out of Charleston. Of course, I'll be taking you with me. We are doing Blue Lagoon in Nassau. I've never been there, so I'll be taking you there too. And then when I get home, we leave again on March 1st, and we're going on Regal Princess. We're doing the Southern Caribbean. I'm very excited. We're going to St. Thomas, St. Martin. These are some of our favorite places. And we've never been on Princess, so we're excited about Regal Princess. So we'll be doing that March 1st. And that's just Doug and me. It's our 20th anniversary. So that's what we're doing. That's what I have coming up. Other than that, we have a group cruise in October 17th on Royal Caribbean Independence of the Seas. And if you want to come with us, just go to Cruising with Christine on Facebook or email me, Christine@cruisingwithchristine.com, or comment below. Twitter, Cruise Vlogs. Twitter @Cruise Vlogs. It's my Twitter account. Yeah. Instagram, Cruising with Christine. Get a hold of me on any of those platforms. And let me know you want to come, and we'll book you a room on Independence of the Seas. All the information is on Cruising with Christine at Facebook, on Facebook. So go check it out. I appreciate you guys watching this vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm so sorry that I have rattled on and on. Hopefully I was able to edit this so that I didn't go on too long. But I do appreciate you being here tremendously. And I really appreciate you subscribing to my channel. I hope that you've enjoyed this. I hope that you have found something to be useful. And I hope to see you again in 8 days. 8 days. All right. I will talk to you later. Bye.